Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really easy candy cane cupcake topper. So you need just a couple of things. You need 2 round cookie cutters, one slightly smaller than the other. You need some green fondant, some red fondant, and some white fondant. A rolling pin with guides, preferably. A sharp knife. I use an X-Acto knife. A little bit of cornstarch. I keep mine in a clean sock, just to find it comes out really evenly. And then a cup of water and a paintbrush. And that's it. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is roll out the bottom base. I used white earlier, but I think I'm actually going to use red for this one. So take a bit of your red fondant, work it a little bit so that it's a little bit warmed up, and then it makes it smoother when you are rolling it out. And take a little cornstarch. I just put a little cornstarch on top as well, just to make the roller glide over it more smoothly. There we go. Then take your largest cutter, twist, and pop it out. And then set that aside. It's usually easiest to put the cupcake toppers together if these are dry. So I usually will leave mine for a couple of hours before I actually assemble my cupcakes. And then choose your second color, which I'm going to do green next. So I'm going to set my big cookie cutter aside and use my second largest round cookie cutter. And then use a little bit more cornstarch if you need it. Just don't want it to stick, or else it'll tear the fondant, or else it won't come out evenly. All right, so there we've got our second. And then actually to dry things, usually I put a little bit of cornstarch down on my board so that they don't stick to the board, or else when you're taking them off after they've dried, they will tend to rip. So the next stage is to make the candy cane. This you want to do relatively quickly if you can, and I usually do my candy canes one at a time, or else you'll find that the fondant will dry out and it'll start to tear a little bit. So I'm going to take a little bit of white, and I'm going to roll it out as quickly as I can and get it as evenly as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect because nobody will notice. And then I'm going to do the same with a little bit of red. I'm going to take a little bit of red and I'm going to roll it out as evenly as I can to the same size as the white so that they're even. So there we go. Now I'm going to kind of cut off my edge because I don't need that much for the candy cane. I'm going to do the same with my white. And then I'm going to take a little bit of water. And I'm just going to put a line of water on the candy cane and turn it to the side and stick that right to the red. So that's what you have now. So then, next step, give that kind of a second to stick together, is to start twisting. And I usually like to just hold one end and twist the other end. And then you can twist around. Just keep twisting until you kind of have it somewhat even. There we go. And then you can just start to make your candy cane shape. And then you just use your knife to kind of trim the ends so you have a nice even size. So there you go. Now you've got your parts to the cupcake toppers. Now take your bottom bit, put a little bit of water in the middle. I usually just do a little bit in the middle. I don't do it all the way around because then you won't see it. If you put it all the way around, sometimes you can see the water coming out the side and it doesn't look very nice. So I just put a little bit in the middle, put my second layer on top. And then take my candy cane. Normally I would let the candy cane dry a little bit because it's just easier to work with if you do that. And then put a little water on the back of the candy cane. And stick it right on. And then there you go. Super simple cupcake candy topper. And these are perfect for any sort of holiday parties, or I bring them to school quite a bit. So if you like that, please subscribe to my channel and I will post some more videos. Thank you.